Adi Shankara's Influence on Blavatskyan Theosophy by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. Adi Shankara, 700 to 750 AD, is widely recognised as one of the most important philosophers in the history of India. His works helped shape the development of Vedanta philosophy and continue to inspire intellectuals and scholars in India and across the world. One of the central themes of Shankara's philosophy is Advaita, or non-dualism. The term Advaita is derived from two Sanskrit words, a meaning not, and dvaita meaning dual. Thus, Advaita, not dual, refers to the idea that all apparent distinctions between self and other, subject and object, and so on, are ultimately illusory. According to Shankara, the ultimate reality is the single, indivisible and eternal consciousness or awareness that underlies all of existence. This consciousness is not something that can be separated from the material world, but rather it pervades and transcends all of it. Shankara believed that this consciousness is the only reality, and that all phenomena are mere appearances or illusions that arise from ignorance. Blavatsky was highly influenced by the teachings of Adi Shankara. She drew heavily on his ideas in her own philosophy, arguing for the existence of a hidden divine reality that could be accessed through spiritual practice and the development of intuition. Like Shankara, she argued that the phenomenal world was ultimately illusory and that only the divine reality was truly real. She also drew on Shankara's ideas about the nature of consciousness and the role of the higher ego in spiritual practice. In order to understand this philosophy of non-dualism, it is necessary to consider the concepts of Maya and avidya. Maya refers to the illusion of the material world, which appears to be real and separate from the underlying consciousness. Avidya, on the other hand, refers to the ignorance that leads to the mistaken belief in the reality of the material world. In The Secret Doctrine, H.P. Blavatsky refers to Maya. She says, "Esoteric philosophy, regarding as Maya, or the illusion of ignorance, every finite thing must necessarily view in the same light every intracosmic planet and body as being something organized, hence finite." And also, Maya or illusion is an element which enters into all finite things, for everything that exists has only a relative, not an absolute reality, since the appearance which the hidden noumenon assumes for any observer depends upon his power of cognition. H.P. Blavatsky also refers to avidya in The Secret Doctrine, describing it thus: avidya, agnosticism and nescience rather than ignorance. In her Theosophical glossary, H.P. Blavatsky describes avidya as not only the opposite, but the adversary of vidya or knowledge. She says, avidya, opposed to vidya, knowledge, ignorance which proceeds from and is produced by the illusion of the senses, or vipayaya. According to Shankara, these two concepts of Maya and avidya are intimately connected, and it is only through the realization of the true nature of consciousness that Maya and avidya can be transcended. Shankara's philosophy has significant implications for the nature of the self and the relationship between individuals and the world around them. According to Shankara, the self is not a separate entity that exists independently of the surrounding world. Rather, the self is identical with the ultimate consciousness that pervades all of existence. This means that the individual consciousness is not something that is isolated or distinct, but rather it is an aspect of the larger consciousness that constitutes the ultimate reality. For Shankara, this realization of the identity of the self with the ultimate consciousness is the key to transcending suffering and achieving liberation or moksha. By recognizing that the material world is illusory and that the self is identical with the ultimate reality, individuals can begin to overcome their attachment to the material world and achieve a state of inner peace and enlightenment. In conclusion, the philosophy of Shankara is a complex and nuanced exploration of the nature of consciousness, reality, and the self. His ideas about non-dualism, Maya, and avidya continue to have a profound impact on the development of Vedanta philosophy and Indian thought more broadly. By recognizing the ultimate reality of consciousness and the illusory nature of the material world, individuals can begin to achieve a state of inner peace and enlightenment that transcends the limitations of the material world.